Hi, I'm Kevin.
I'm Jake.
I'm Jack.
I'm Ska, and we're reviewing Uno by Green
We
Day.
did a track-by-track view of this album earlier. Just gonna do a short one for you. Kevin, let's talk about the second single released. Let Yourself Go.
Let Yourself Go is one of my favorite songs on the album. Has a very nice old school feel, and it was a very energetic, very pump up song. I had a mosh pit in my bedroom when I first listened to it, and the live version blew me away, and the studio version blew me away. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna talk about the first single released, "Oh Love," because this is a song that really got pumped up for the album, but it's kind of different to what everything else in the album is. Everything else in the album is kind of more driven by, I don't want to say punk, and I won't. So I'll say the rest of the songs are kind of faster, kind of more edgy. "Oh Love" kind of takes that edge away, but it's still a nice song. And Jake, talk about not a single, but talk about Angel Blue.
Well, that's my favorite song on the record. You know, I feel like it was them kind of going back to their original sound by writing a fast, punchy pop love song. And it's just a good song to get you thinking about your relationships and, you know, love life and whatnot. And I love the pre-chorus, you're just a fucking kid part. It's like, kind of like makes you what our age group thinks about what love is that we're just kind of kids and no one gives us a break.
All right.
Quote.
The last song we should really talk about in great detail is Ska. Let's talk about the opening track.
All right, definitely my favorite song, hands down, was Nuclear Family. Nuclear Family, I think, is a song that every Green Day fan will like, whether they like the old style or the new style. I don't even think I need to explain why it's so good. You just need to listen to that song, and the chorus of that song will just kick your ass. It's awesome.
Now, one thing I want to say about the album overall, and just Green Day in general, is that they really have some cool lyrics. Like they kind of use big words. I kind of like that. Like, Green Day has always been creative with their lyrical style, and Uno doesn't disappoint on that. The only thing I'd say is half disappointing about Uno, I know you guys will disagree with me, but it's length. I think it might be the shortest Green Day album. Don't quote me on that, but topping at 38 minutes, it's kind of a short album. Kind of makes you want more.
I think Dookie
I think
is like
that's
30 minutes.
I think
That's what I liked about it. It was
Kerplunk
kinda short.
I think Kerplunk is shorter, and the original 39 Smooth, not like the extended version. There's 1039, whatever. I think that only has 10 tracks, and I don't think any of them surpass 330.
Yeah.
If I must pick a disappointment, I guess I would just pick, and don't take me completely seriously because there's 2 more albums coming out, but I feel like the track list was short. I always feel like if the track list is under 13 tracks, I kind of feel like I'm not getting a full album,
Well,
you know.
One thing I can say about that, I think they released or leaked way too many songs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I want 1-2 singles max, because I don't want to know what the whole album's going to be about. I want a surprise.
Although they did do a great job of picking the different style songs
They did.
to release.
Oh Love being that kind of slow, kind of catchy, lovish song, and then Let Yourself Go.
And Kill the DJ.
Yeah, which are more heavy, and Kill the DJ is kind of dancey. I really like that. One last thing about the album I think we should talk about is the change of tone from their last 2.
Yeah, definitely. 21st Century Breakdown, American Idiot are very, very political. This one's just, hey, let's have fun, sing about love. It's gonna be a party. And
Also,
from what they've said, Dose is even gonna be a bigger party.
I'm glad that they're just not afraid to call themselves pop anymore, like pop punk. You know, because I remember seeing in that one, I think it was Behind the Music, where they were pissed off that they were labeled pop when Dookie came out. And that's kind of like the shadow of Insomniac. And I'm so glad that Billy Joe came out and said this was going to be a pop punk album.
Totally. And what I want to talk about the tone real quick is that they went from almost arena rock kind of back to their roots, almost. And also, last thing, what'd you guys think of the guitar tones that they use? It's definitely way different than anything they've ever done. I think closer to 39 Smooth or maybe Kerplunk that I can kind of think of. But what do you guys think of the tones? What about you, Scott?
It's very metallic. It's very punchy. It's not super distorted anymore, and I think it's a great change because it's experimental and it sounds really cool.
It's like a change. It's like they changed from like the Marshall amp to what I think is the Fender amp now, and it kind of goes from like this heavy, distorted, angry teenager sound to like this mature adult, but still has a lot to say type sound.
All right, you guys want to give your final thoughts on the album? We'll rate it and be done with this.
Yeah, I'd give it a 8.5 out of 10.
I agree with that. 8.5.
I'd have to go as much say 7.5. The track list can be, I'm only saying that because of how short the album is.
I would give an 8 out of 10, and the reason I say that is because if you just want to listen to an album, just have some fun, just pick up this album, listen to it, you'll have a blast.
Yeah, I just have to say, this album, apart from Call the DJ, is very dancey, just all the songs in general. I can imagine dancing with a girl.
And don't expect to take the album seriously.
Yeah, this is definitely a fun
This
album.
is a break from American Idiot 20%.
Which I think the world needs. Like, sometimes I get sick of listening to all the political punk bands I listen to. Sometimes I'm
We're
like,
talking you, Anti-Flag.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely listening.
Yeah, Just Insane. Also, terrible nickname, by the way.
Don't worry, we like Anti-Flag. You're cool.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening. Suggest any albums you'd like to see, old or new, down in the comment section, and goodbye.